I am Dr. Kirti Tiwari, consultant gynecologist with Pristine Care. I will be talking to you about infertility. Infertility is basically defined as the inability of a couple to conceive after trying regularly for 12 months or longer. All patients of infertility can basically be divided into two groups: primary infertility and secondary infertility. If a patient has never conceived in the past and she is finding it difficult to conceive now, she will be considered a case of primary infertility. However, if a patient had conceived at some point in the past, whether that pregnancy ended in a delivery or a miscarriage or even a tubal ectopic pregnancy, and she is finding it difficult to conceive now, she will be considered a case of secondary infertility. All cases of infertility can be divided into three groups on basis of the primary cause that has led to a delay in conception. These three groups are male factor infertility, female infertility, and mixed or unexplained causes. Male factor infertility is basically when the male spermatogenesis is not normal. When in the semen analysis, the sperms have been found to be abnormal in amount or in motility or in morphology. This leads to a reduction in fertility potential for the couple. On the other hand, female factor infertility is responsible for almost 65% of all cases of infertility. To understand female infertility better, we need to have a basic idea of female anatomy. Every female has two ovaries, two fallopian tubes, and a uterus. To conceive in a cycle, a woman should be able to produce a normal, healthy ovum from the ovary. The ovum, that is the egg, should be able to develop normally, travel through the fallopian tube, meet a sperm, form an embryo which should lodge inside the uterus and grow there. So if there is a problem at any of these steps, it will lead to infertility. So all conditions that can lead to female infertility can basically be divided into three different causes, into three different groups, which include ovarian factors, tubal factors, and uterine factors. So ovarian factors are usually those factors which lead to a problem with the ovulation, that is the production and release of the egg is not normal. We need to understand that ovulatory related causes are the most common causes of female infertility. So the common hormonal imbalances which can lead to a problem in ovulation include PCOS, that is polycystic ovary syndrome, a problem with the thyroid hormones, and even hyperprolactinemia. Nowadays, when more and more women are opting to delay their pregnancies, are opting to postpone pregnancies, we need to understand that once we cross 35 or 36 years of age, the ovarian reserve of a female starts depleting and the chances of ovulation related delay in fertility start increasing. The second common group which leads to infertility in the female are tubal factors. So a severe infection of the fallopian tubes or a history of tuberculosis or a history of prior tubal surgery can lead to tubal factor related infertility in the female. Uterine causes surprisingly are a less common cause of infertility in the females. This group of causes can include polyps in the uterus or fibroids in the uterus. Then it is another group where the doctor is unable to identify the basic cause that has led to infertility. There might be no identifiable problem with either the male or female partner, still the couple is unable to conceive. This is called unexplained infertility. And in some patients, both the male and female partners might be having issues which are leading to a delay in conception, and this is called mixed factors. So in every couple who's suffering from infertility, the management is different. So when a couple comes to their doctor, first of all, a detailed history will be taken. The doctor will need to know the menstrual history, the sexual history, and the past medical and surgical history of both partners to know if there is an identifiable immediate cause there. Once a history has been taken, the doctor will be doing a complete physical examination to rule out some common specific disorders. After that, you will be advised some investigations. These basic investigations would include a husband semen analysis for the male partner, and for the female partner some blood tests and likely an ultrasound. These blood tests would be done to find out the ovarian reserve of the female. Once the basic investigations have been done, some couples might require further investigations like an HST or even a diagnostic laparohysteroscopy. Again, the medical management for every patient depends on these investigation reports. Once the reports are there, some patients might be taken up for management with the help of tablets, medicines, and drugs. In a vast majority of patients, medical management with tablets and injections is very successful in management of infertility. We have a huge group of drugs called ovulation induction agents, which help in patients in whom the ovulation is compromised. So these drugs help in growing better eggs, in releasing those eggs, and aiding the process of conception. So in a vast majority of patients, these drugs have been found to be very successful in helping you conceive. However, in a small number of patients where medical management has not been found successful, the next step is likely an IUI, that is an intrauterine insemination, where the male partner's sperm is prepared in the laboratory, and that semen is then injected into the female partner in the doctor's lab through a catheter that is inserted through the cervix. In some patients where these methods are unsuccessful, the next course of action is an IVF or an in vitro fertilization. In the last 5 years or so, several new technical advances have been made which were not available in the past. These new techniques, including ICSI and other assisted reproductive techniques, were not available in the past. And now that we have had these techniques, the success rate of assisted reproductive technology has increased significantly. So this is now a ray of hope to all those couples who had no option in the past, up to 5 years back or so. So we at Pristine Care are a dedicated group of doctors. We are gynecologists, urologists, and general surgeons, and we are completely equipped to deal with all fertility related issues. For any further queries, in case of any doubts, please feel free to contact us at Pristine Care.